We get going here on the Friday night sport show with the local footy report, Odin United Kangas, and haven't got Dean Jardine with us. They didn't have any games last week, but they will be playing at Underbull this weekend. But here is a look at what happened in last week's matches. Imperials got up and beat Orimple 11-16, 82-10, 5-65. That was a fantastic performance by Imperials and Orimple, who the week before we thought might be peaking and looking like the top side. Suddenly Imperials still could be the top side. Wentworth beat Robinvale Euston in a beauty. It was 9-12, 66 to 8-12, 60. Wentworth still with a chance of finals football. What about this? Mildura kept their chances alive with a 9-9, 63 win over Merbein, 8-7, 55. It is the Magpies' first loss of the season, and what a performance by Mildura. And finally, South back into winning form, the Bulldogs. It was 18-9, 117, beating Redcliffe's 10-9, 69. And that meant that the senior football ladder, after round 11 matches, looked something like this. Merbein clinging to top spot with 26 points. Imperials 24, Orimple 24. Now, I reckon they're safe. I think they'll make finals footy. Then South on 22, that's the spot that everybody's going to want. Wentworth at 16, a game and a half adrift. Mildura at 16 likewise. And then after that, I reckon Robinvale Euston with 8, Odin United 4 and Redcliffe 4 are out of senior football contention in this season. In reserve grade football, it was a really interesting week last week. What it did do is made the premiership table look like this. Orimple on top with 32. They are always good at this grade. Merbein at 28, Redcliffe's 20. Now, I reckon they're all the safe sides, but who knows after that? South 16, Robinvale 16, Imperials 12, Odin United 12. They can all play finals football. Wentworth back on 4, Mildura 4. So in that reserve grade, I reckon that they're the sides that are still in for a chance at fourth position. The 18s competition has Mildura top 28, Robinvale 24, Orimple 20. Again, they look really strong and I reckon safe, those sides. Their percentages would indicate that. After that, anyone's guess for fourth. South on 16, Merbein 16, Redcliffe's 8, and even down to the Kangas with 4 are a slight outside chance. But you'd reckon that probably South and Merbein are the two sides that will make up one of those final 4 placings. In the under-16 competition, it's looking like this with the top Robinvale 32. They really play well in this age group. Then comes Orimple 32, Mildura 28, then Wentworth, South 16 apiece, Imperials 12, then after that Redcliffe's Merbein and the Kangas, I reckon, out of contention completely at the bottom of the ladder there, the Odin United team. And then in the 14-year-old age group, it's on top of the table, Robinvale 34, Mildura 32, South 28, Wentworth then 14. Now, those 3 top sides clearly in finals. Wentworth 4th, 14, Orimple 14, Redcliffe's 10, Merbein 8, Imperials 4, Odin United yet to score. Okay, now we have a look at this week's matches. And in round 12, Mildura play Wentworth. And as we just talked about there, this becomes absolutely crucial in senior football. This game, depending on who wins the game, could have a massive effect on the rest of the season. Both sides are on 16 premiership points. One loses it, it's like an 8-point game. So whoever wins still, I reckon, keeps a really good finals hope alive. The other side has to really go back to the drawing board and think about where they go. Robinvale Euston take on South Mildura. Look, again, they would be hoping for those other sides that South will get done by Robinvale, but Robinvale will be thinking about themselves here and thinking, well, you know what, if we can get another win here, that will bring us up to 12 premiership points and 3 wins, and whatever we do from here is a bonus. So I'm going to tip a little upset here. I reckon that Robinvale at home, South don't travel well, and just get a feeling about it that this could go the way of Robinvale. Now, the other factor here to bring into account is that there is the border bubble, but there are restrictions that Victorian people have in travelling into New South Wales, and New South Wales people vice versa. So this is being played at John James Oval, but that is on the border, of course, of Robinvale, Euston, and then, of course, that will have some implications. But I don't think there'll be too many problems with people people getting in and out of the ground at Robinvale. Redcliffs, they will take on the might of Imperials, and that's going to be a really good game for Redcliffs to see where they are. At Quandong Park, I don't think Imperials will let this one drop, and they'll beat them by plenty. And the final one, I reckon's match of the round. Now, you might be going, what on earth's he on about? Mildura Wentworth is match of the round, Wayne. Well, this is going to be an absolute beauty. Number one, it's the Merbein Maggies travelling down to Underbull. This is no easy road trip. Oyen United at home lost a game earlier this year by, I think, a point at Underbull. Shouldn't have lost it. Now, they get a chance to have a go at Merbein. They lost to Merbein up at Merbein in the early round of the season. It was a real close loss, that one. Should have probably won. Now, the Kangas at home, I reckon, can win this game. I'm going to give them a real chance to win this game of football over Merbein at Underbull. I reckon they'll have put up a pretty good fight for this particular premiership point. So watch out for this game. Owen United at home and the seniors against Merbein. The reserves, well, again, as we said before, this is crucial for the Kangas. If they want to play finals football, they have to win their reserve grade game this weekend. So that becomes, it just gets down to that. You've got to win it. If they don't win it, then I don't know where we go for after that. In the 18s, it's going to be tough, but Owen United always put a good 18s out. Then if some of their kids are playing up in senior football, but if they get a couple of them back, and that's after the break that we have had, there should be a couple of players back into the Owen United senior side. So we'll wait and see who gets in the 18s. But I'm going to tip the 18s will put in a pretty good effort. 16s will struggle, I think, but they'll put in a good effort in the 14s likewise for the big ones this weekend. We'll have a look at that more in depth next week for when we got some results for you from the Owen United Kangas. But up at Underbull this weekend, she's going to be an absolute beauty. Going to be big crowds about the place for it. I'm expecting that there'll be a lot of people and a lot of interest in the game, even despite the issues that they have right now, the COVID-19 circumstances and so on, plus the reality of this season being a tough one for administrators, but a good one for us to cover right here on The Flow.